G'day guys, my name's Lindsay. I'm into sketchy race cars and janky motorbikes. You'll see some racing, some riding, and a heap of breakdowns. So tighten your helmet, and welcome to the channel. G'day guys, welcome to episode 1. This is my Yockers build series, Yockers race series, something along those lines. I tried to do a talking head type thing with a home studio. It wasn't happening. I didn't like it. I don't know what I'm doing, so this is going to be my voice over the top of probably pulling apart a carburetor or something like that. Hopefully it's interesting. But I guess the backstory is I joined the Yockers class. I joined the Racecar car club here in Racecar and wanted to go race in a Yockers. So the Yockers it's a much longer Finnish word that I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. And it basically it translates to the everyman's class. So the idea is that you have a car it's worth 1,500 euros because at the end of each race day, anybody with a competitor's license can buy your car. They can choose to put in a bit of like a bet, like basically a ticket into a hat, and they can buy your car, and it's all set price. So everything, they're all 1,500 euros. If they finish the race day, that's the price that they are. So you could very well rock up with a car one day and go home without it. And what it does is it discourages people from sort of dropping too much money into it and compartmentalizing motorsport into a bit of a battle of the wallets. This is more down to how can I keep this thing running as long as possible with as little money as possible. And that's, personally, I feel that's right up my alley because I love working on janky old garbage that's never quite 100% complete. And this really lends itself to that. So, perfect fit, I guess. This is going to be sort of the initial prep work that I had to do to the car to get it up to scratch for the first race. I had to bang a seat into it. I had to put a harness in. I had to adjust the cam timing a little bit because I changed the cam belt, and while I was at it, I dismantled the adjustable cam gears, things like that. I changed the spark plugs. I changed the fuel filter. Just all the sort of basic prep work to get ready. Had to install a couple of things like the window net as well. Yeah, I think that's everything. F it. Enjoy.
Well, that was good. The first take there, I actually had the full waterproof housing on, so you wouldn't have been able to hear anything. So there's a couple of things that I want to do to the race car today. It is starving out of fuel, I think. At wide open throttle, it basically stalls out like there's no fuel in the bowls. So I'm going to see if there's any water in the carburetor bowls, see if there's any water in the tank. I've got some carby cleaner, I've got some injector cleaner. Just going to try and flush out the system. Got a brand new filter, you know, just stuff like that. I also have some little rally driver stickers that I want to put on, and I'm going to adjust the phone mount that I have in here because I use a spare Nokia phone for like Harry's lap timer, so to get like my GPS speeds and times and Gs and stuff like that, and a bit of in-car footage. I do that because obviously if somebody buys the Yocus, I've got to sell it to them and everything goes with it except for cameras, and I can argue that this is a camera, so I can take it with me. Have to leave the socket and the rest of that stuff, but that's neither here nor there. So I'm going to get stuck into it and see how we go. Cheers. Okay, so I have taken one of the float balls off, already done the fuel filter, and I put the fuel injector cleaner through the system. Well, it's in the fuel tank at the moment. So now I popped off the like the float cover, I guess you'd call that, and just to have a look what's going on in there, and that is nowhere near enough fuel. So like you can see where this guy cuts it off at, and it's like maybe halfway up the travel, a little bit more, and that is just nowhere near enough fuel. At least they look clean, pretty clean. Like I don't feel like cleaning them. I think they're good enough. So what I'm going to do is I am going to chuck the float covers back on basically, and see if I can prime the pump a couple of times, because the fuel filter actually was a bit mangled, and I think, I don't know if you can see that, but I think it's the same on the other end as well. It's pretty restrictive and pretty old and pretty shit. So I would say probably just a blocked fuel filter. Give it a whirl.